Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back with a brand new video. And the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is to cut a long story short, is the video got a copyright strike on it. I had to take it down to protect the channel. So today we will be discussing similar topics than what was addressed in yesterday's video, a lot more condensed. So if you've already seen the video, this one shouldn't bore you. It should be up to date. And if obviously you missed yesterday's video, because I believe it was only up for about 50 minutes, you'll also be told some news regarding Ryan Kent and all the topics that we addressed yesterday. So let's just dive into today's video. It's going to be extremely busy, but I just want to say a massive thank you for the 500 new subscribers in the last 7 days. That's right, we hit 24,000 subscribers 7 days ago, and we're already halfway to 25k. That support is absolutely unbelievable and it's not lost on me at all, so I can't thank you guys enough. And the only other thing I can say is, can we keep that momentum going and get to 25k? That is the challenge set. And yeah, let's dive into today's video then, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Story number 1 then, it's going to be involving a Rangers forward by the name of Zach Rudden. That's right, he's an academy star with a very good reputation now. He did spend the first half of the season out in Falkirk where he scored 8 goals in 17 appearances. Gerard's obviously known to be very, very keen on the laddie and wants him to get some first team football to come back a better player. The news is today at 1 PM he re-signed with Falkirk to the end of the season. Best thing about this entire story, by the way, about Zach Rudden is he signed at 1 PM for Falkirk until the end of the season, but by 4:32 the man has hit the ball in the back of the net already the same day. For a team that's obviously struggling to score goals, that's a great testament to Zach Rudden and showing how important he will be for Falkirk Football Club. So that's another young bear out on loan doing well, and that's story number 1 involving Zach Rudden. What is your thoughts on Zach? Do you believe that he can eventually grow and to become a Rangers player? It seems to be wherever he goes, a lot like young Ryan Hardy, the man scores the goals. And for a team that's struggling as badly as Falkirk, because let's just be honest here, they are absolutely horrific this year in the Championship. I think his goals per game ratio is just a testament to how good the man actually is. So what's your thoughts on Zach Rudden, the breaking news coming out of Rangers Football Club today? Story number 2 then, it's actually going to be a topic that we spent the majority of yesterday's video discussing, so if you've already seen it, I do apologise. I will try and keep it a wee bit fresher as well for you guys, but if you missed it, story number 2 is about Ryan Kent and his potential signing for the Glasgow Rangers. Ryan Kent's obviously been a phenomenal player this season. It's just the fact of the matter is, when Rangers are playing well, he's usually in the team. And when Rangers went through that blip with bad results where they just seemed to struggle to break down teams, you know, the games where we're groaning about sideways passing and backwards passing, Ryan Kent was out injured. The man came back versus Dundee on half a hamstring, assisted Kyle Lafferty for a goal that was incorrectly ruled offside and ended up going off at half time. We didn't see him again until the Celtic game, and I don't even think anything needs to be said about the Celtic performance because he was absolutely incredible. Remember what he done to Lustig, remember? Now, we have actually covered a lot of transfer rumours like Tom Evis, Jack Watmu, etc. on the channel. However, I feel like the Ryan Kent one has a lot more substance to it, and the reason I'm actually saying that is, 1, the players spoke about it, and 2, also the director of football at Rangers has also mentioned it as well. So to go through very quickly what they said, Ryan Kent said it isn't up to him, it's something he's considering, but the deal will need to be struck between Rangers and Liverpool because he still has a long-term agreement still at Liverpool, so if a deal can be done, he will consider it, which I found extremely encouraging because he could have just been like Joe Worrell and said no, next season he will be playing for his parent club. Ryan Kent could have actually just came out and said that, but he isn't. And clearly from the full article, which I will put in the description by the way, you can clearly see he's fallen in love with Rangers. He loves the fans, he loves the atmosphere, and obviously he loves the coaching setup. So if you want to read the full interview, again, that will be down in the description where he talks about the fans and what it meant to him beating Celtic Football Club. Very, very good read, and he came off very, very professional. Now on the Rangers side of things, Director of Football Mark Allen has had this to say involving Ryan Kent's potential transfer. This is case in point of some settling quicker, better, faster than others, and Ryan seems to have settled very well. He is familiar with the coaching staff, he has worked with them before during his Liverpool career. We would certainly like to pursue what we do next with Ryan, but this is a conversation we have to have with Liverpool Football Club. He is their player. Listen, we have a very good relationship with Liverpool Football Club, and I think it's a dialogue that will continue for the foreseeable future. And that is where we'll end the quote there, because that sums up the article perfectly. If you'd like to read the full thing, once again, that will be in the description below. But those are 2 extremely encouraging comments from Ryan Kent and obviously Mark Allen as well. So what is your thoughts now on Ryan Kent? Because when I actually heard the news that we're obviously interested in signing him and we've opened up a dialogue, I'd be like, we're never going to get him. This will be one of these things that's just too good to be true. But when you've got the director of football coming out and speak about it, it gets me a lot more confident. Now, the rumoured fee is meant to be £2 million. That is what it's going to take for Ryan Kent. But again, that's not confirmed. If it is £2 million, that has to be the absolute steal of the year. Honestly, that's incredible signing for a young up-and-coming English winger who's under a long-term agreement to 2022 at Liverpool Football Club. £2 million, that's some next level special prices for Rangers Football Club, and I've got to thank you, Gerrard, because that's because of you. Now, stepping away from the man's quotes, let's talk about what he can do on the field. I'm not going to go pure in depth because, listen, you've watched side by side, you've all watched Ryan Kent this season. When he came in, we were like, is this really going to be a player that's going to play a lot? And then as soon as he kicked the ball, we said, right, he's actually pretty special, and he's just got better and better and better. He won 5 of your man of the match polls on my Twitter account in a row. That is how good he was playing. When he dropped out the side, like I said, we went off the boil. But the fact that he adds so much to the team already, being a young winger, is absolutely incredible. And one of the things that he adds to the team is his braveness on the ball. Every single time he gets that ball, he's turning and he's gone forward and he's trying to make things happen. And even if he does make a mistake, like the skill move doesn't pull off, or the defender beats him to the ball one of the times, he's no scared, he never shrinks, he's always forward thinking, and he's always positive on the ball, which definitely helps when you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players sitting in the box trying to break up play. Ryan Kent is one of those special talents that will just go and make things happen. One of the questions I actually asked in yesterday's video is something else I want to ask you, the viewer watching this video. Who are some of the players that you think is like a Ryan Kent? Every single time they got to the ball, the anticipation just rose. Whether you're at home, the pub, watching it with your pals, you're at the stadium singing. Who is one of these players that you just think, right, every single time he gets the ball, son, could actually happen here? Ryan Kent, certainly one of those players. The couple of names that I mentioned in yesterday's video, again off the cuff, so apologise for missing some. I actually said Andre Kanchelskis. I said Rod Wallace, who was just my guy. Like, honestly, I loved Rod Wallace. Electrifying pace, electrifying feet. He was my guy. And the third one I actually mentioned was David Templeton, especially during Division 3 when I was there with Ryan watching the games. He was just special. Unfortunately, injuries and that obviously hindered his career. But those were the 3 names that I could mention off the cuff. So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, who's some of the players that just raises expectations every single time they get the ball and you think to yourself, let's go. Now I'm about to jump to Twitter, and while I'm doing that, if you don't mind, let me know what you think. Should we be signing Ryan Kent? Yes or no? And also the players with the anticipation, that'd be great to see in the comments as well. Some of the names that he's put in yesterday's video, like Brian Laudrup, Davy Cooper, etc. I am so incredibly jealous you guys got to watch them. So jealous. I'm fine. Anyway, jumping over to Twitter, I already know the result, but 1,681 votes, 3% voted for no, but 97% of the people votes for yes. Rangers must sign Ryan Kent. Right, let's read out the people's opinion then. Rampant Ryan Jack says 100% no reason not to. Jamie Murphy is getting old and he's creative, something that the club seems to need at the minute. And all I'll say with that is, I agree with you, 100% we need to sign Ryan Kent. However, Jamie Murphy getting old, when he comes back to the team, he's going to be like a brand new signing. He's going to play a massive part, in my personal opinion anyway, where we finish at the end of the season. He's in Tenerife training now, which is absolutely amazing to see. And honestly, I genuinely believe that he will play a massive part on whether we make 55 or not. So didn't rule out Jamie yet. The man's coming back and he's got all the talent in the world. Craig 1872 says 100%. He's just effing amazing. Deaky Neil says get the lifetime contract. Bob Steele says if he can get Kent for 2 or 3 million, it's an absolute no-brainer. Roy O'Neill says yes, definitely sign him. He has been great for us this season. Dale Valentine, however, says not really. I like Jamie Murphy better. That's completely fine. Robbie Littler says voted yes, but it would depend on 2 things for me. How much he'll cost, and 2, him staying relatively free from injury for the rest of the season due to already missing just over a month of football. And the fact that he's a winger and it was a hamstring injury, I'm just being cautious. So we'll actually end it there. You've heard the people's opinion, mostly positive. A couple of people mentioning Jamie Murphy, and also Robbie picking up a very good point actually about his injury record. As far as I know, Ryan Kent is fully fit and ready to attack the second half of the season, and in his own words, he wants to add more goals to his game. So if he brings the level of consistency what he's brought already, and he adds goals, 55. And because I'm trying to sort out these copyright issues with YouTube, there's going to be no sponsor breaks or no sponsor break song either. I completely apologise. Hopefully we will be back to it very, very soon. But let's jump to the third and final part of today's video, and it's going to be potentially the next Rangers signing. His name is Matt Polster, and he is the last American standing. He is 25 years old. He's comfortable playing centre mid and right back. Just what we need. And I've actually got to apologise once again because Matt's actually been at the club for 5-6 weeks now. Him and Gutman both came in at the squad, 2 Americans who were out of contract and have been training with Rangers. Gutman got cut 2-3 weeks ago because he wasn't up to Gerrard's standards, but Matt Polster's not only up to Gerrard's standards, but he is in Tenerife with the squad right now, training, and the decision from Mark Allen, he's come out and spoke about it saying it will be made within the next 7 days, whether he signed or not. But the fact that he's in Spain when some of our own players like Carlos Pena are sitting in Glasgow doing nothing, I'd pretty much lean towards he's going to be the next Rangers signing. Now his player profile was extremely interesting to break down because he actually is listed as a right back. However, he's played more centre mid games for Chicago Fire than he did at right back. Obviously, he's an American international, 25 years old. From what I can see from like the scouting reports and what even people say on Twitter, he is a hard tackling, very assured in midfield type of player. And again, he can cover at right back if Tavernier or Flanagan ever gets any knocks. Which brings me to my next point. I'm not going to hold the fact that he's plays in the MLS against him. MLS is actually a very good league, and plus, I didn't judge players on the leagues. You think of Jamie Vardy coming from non-league football, Dele Alli, 4th division in English football, and our best player this season, Alfredo Morelos, do you know him? He's good, isn't he? He came from the Finnish league, so I didn't like sort of judging players on the league they actually played for, so I'm not going to hold that against them. What I will actually hold against him is the fact that the 2 positions that he would cover, we are absolutely more than fine with. Right back, Tavernier's missed 1 game all season long, played 37 of 38 games. I think in his entire Rangers career, he's missed about 5-6 matches in 4 seasons. Pretty reliable that way. And also in the right back position, we have John Flanagan there, who Steven Gerrard absolutely loves. Yes, he had a lot more missed games than he did hits towards the end of the first half of the season, but he is a very talented player. I'm sure at right back he would actually be better defensively than Tav, but you just can't take Tav out because his goals and assists add so much to our overall play style. Yeah, I even need to mention what's actually happening with our midfield just now. It's absolutely stacked to bits, and that's with Stephen Davis coming in as well. And then at the end of the season, we've got Glenn Kamara and Greg Docherty coming back. That's just 1,872 centre mids. And his overall stats, by the way, in the MLS was 91 games, 3 goals and 6 assists. So with everything being said, his player profile broke down, his positions he can cover, my opinion on Matt is going to be no, I don't think Rangers should sign him. I know that's negative. And if I'm being truthful, if we did sign him, I'd start to worry about Tavernier's position at the club, because another right back coming in, the fact we've got Flanagan there, that would start raising some red flags. And I don't even want to go down that route. So my opinion would be no. But again, this channel isn't about my opinion. It's about each and every single one of you who's get involved in the comments section. So what's your thoughts on Matt Polster? Should Rangers sign the Americano? Now, as you're getting your thoughts and opinions hopefully out there, I'll jump over to Twitter. 74% of the people votes for yes, Rangers should sign Matt Polster. And one of the comments I'm actually going to read out comes from Tony Wilson. He says, I've watched him a lot as I follow Chicago Fire and I rate him highly. Better in midfield, very assured on the ball and in the tackle. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you heard the people's opinion, you've heard mine. Apologies about the issues with yesterday's video. I am trying to fix it. Hopefully going forward there'll be no other issues. If you'd like to support the channel directly, by the way, the link for that will be in the description below all the articles to the Patreon account, which we have now hit over 40, by the way. Thank you so much for all the support. I've been CJ Over 92. Thank you for watching and bye.